Medica, on the border between Poland and Ukraine, is one of the gateways millions of Ukrainians are using to escape the war. But the current conflict is also the first in which cats and dogs are unwilling protagonists, with no alternative but to experience this brutal war alongside humans. There are, in fact, hundreds of people who have crossed the borders bringing their four-legged companions with them, but just as many have been left behind, hungry, sick, and desperately in need. The team at Almo Nature and the Capellino Foundation went to the border between Poland and Ukraine to assist families fleeing the war with their dogs and cats in tow. They offered assistance at the shelters and aimed to prevent animals being abandoned. They also set up a European support network that will guarantee homes to our animal friends once the war has ended. All this has been made possible thanks. Our objective is to intervene in and to allocate homes to cats and dogs in families, so that they can be recognized as full family members by the court of law. Thanks to this project, a lorry, loaded with more than 20 tons of pet food, the equivalent of 75,000 meals, was dispatched to Poland. The meals were then sent to Ukraine, to LAV의 and to Bucha, a city which stands as a symbol for the devastation. Some also went to help the families just arriving at the border with their stories of fear and hope for a better future. The journey was difficult, Jukovska said. There were a lot of people on the train, but my dog was really quiet. That was strange because he's usually playful, but this time he was calm. We were in such a rush that we left all our documents behind, but when we arrived in Poland, they let us through without...
Я з України.
А звідки саме?
З Мелітополя.
Alina, from Melitopol, fled with her mother Natalia and her pug. It was dangerous to go from Melitopol to Zaporizhia because they were shooting non-stop and we risked being killed. But we had no choice. We could either die or try to escape. Her dream is that people take care of it.
З міста Буча.
Rada and Olya come from Bucha. They escaped with their dog from the city which the Russians then occupied for over a month. They told us that voluntary workers helped them reach Poland and that the journey wasn't easy for their dogs. They say the Polish have a lot of empathy for animals. They are headed for Spain with their family. Their dream is for peace.
Тут нам помогли волонтери виїхати, то ми виїхали. На Польщу прибули, зараз думаємо їхати в Іспанію, в сім'ї там приймають нас.
Most of the aid has gone directly to Ukraine, where the associations working to help and care for the animals have been distributing meals.
The biggest emergency now is food, because it's impossible to buy it in Ukrainian. So dog, cat food, and of course food for people, something what they really need. So we bought less meds for them, because now is the season.
A part of the aid has also gone to voluntary workers who are offering help to vets and associations who are giving the animals first aid and taking care of them. The animals arrive from Ukraine tired and under stress. They need water, food and accessories. They are jittery and we give them tranquilizers to help cope with this. We're taking care of people with animals on both sides of the frontier, in Poland and in Ukraine. Every organization operates on their own, but they all try to collaborate to find each of the dogs shelter.
Ci siamo attivati sia sul fronte nazionale che internazionale, quindi con un lavoro.
We have taken action both nationally and internationally, operating with our voluntary workers and with our local offices, and a huge amount of work is being done at the borders. We are currently on our second mission. We have been in Hungary, Slovakia, and we're now in Poland. We undertake a variety of activities. We help animals that come from shelters and kennels. We also help families coming to Italy to legalize their pets and provide them with a long-term supply of food. And then there are shelters in Poland and other states neighboring with Ukraine where assistance is being given to the animals that have been abandoned or left without an owner. In Ukraine, the conflict continues, and with it the needs of the population and the animals that remain there or come over the borders with the refugees. For this reason, the project Companion for Life and the commitment of Almo Nature and the Capellino Foundation to send more